Good morning. So, I want to talk about the severe weather threat that's possible tonight and early tomorrow morning. The last thing I heard just a few minutes ago, or saw a few minutes ago, was that the slight risk that was put out overnight last night or very early this morning um, has been extended eastward. And it includes just about all of Coleman County, and also includes areas north towards Blount County and Jefferson County and even Tuscaloosa County and other locations, and the marginal risk all the way from perhaps parts of Madison, Jackson, and DeKalb County southward, and um, of course the marginal risk that isolated severe storms are possible, but it's very marginal, which means the intensity is probably very low or something like that. And the slight risk obviously means scattered storms are possible. Scattered severe storms are possible, rather. Uh, and most of North Alabama is in that slight risk. Uh, I've heard some say there's no threat. I've heard some others say that it's a very low threat, so small to be mentioned and stuff like that. But just had to be aware of it. That's the bottom line. And the last thing I saw on the timing and all from the National Weather Service in Huntsville, unless something has changed, the timing 6 p.m. through 1 a.m., 6 p.m. tonight through 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I've seen other times, maybe 5 to 7 for the shoals, and other times for other locations along and east of I-60, along and east of I-65, perhaps. Um, Other than that, that's what I've heard, and that may change. Please understand that could easily change. And yes, the sun's been coming out, and I'll be honest with you, regardless of the risk area we're in, I honestly don't like to see the sun out for that matter, but that may enhance the risk. It's possible and perhaps even likely, but I'm not saying any of this to try to scare anybody or nothing like that. Just trying to keep you informed and all. Make sure you are aware of the situation. This is not to scare anybody by any means, at all by any means. It's to keep you informed and aware of the situation to make sure you're prepared, make sure you're completely prepared, completely prepared for it, and make sure you have a plan, and make sure you have multiple ways of receiving the warnings if they are needed or required tonight and tomorrow morning, which is very likely, or it's potentially likely to be the case. And if you don't know what I mean by make sure you have multiple ways of receiving the warnings if they're needed or required or issued tonight or early tomorrow morning, have a NOAA weather radio and have a very reliable weather app on any mobile device or so that you have, whether it's your phone of any kind, Android, iPhone, whatever, or tablet, or iPad or iPod, whatever, and even on your laptop, perhaps any mobile device you have. If it's a device that allows you to have a app on it, weather app, make sure it's a very reliable weather app. That way you will be able to receive the warnings. Excuse me. And whatever reliable weather app you have on that device, please make sure it's set for your current location. That way, if your current location goes under a warning, if it doesn't go off, if that app does not go off, that will mean that, more than likely, it'll mean that your current location is not in that warning. If it does go off, then that will mean that your current location is in that warning polygon. Now, the weather radios, they go off countywide, just like the sirens go off countywide. And please don't depend on the sirens. As I said earlier, from what I heard, the tornado threat is low and probably not zero. It's probably too small to even be mentioned. But in case that were to unexpectedly change, please don't depend on the sirens. Because there could be noisy interferences to keep you from hearing the sirens, whether you're inside or outside. And plus, those sirens are meant to be heard outside anyway. But whatever noise is going on outside, it can keep you from hearing them go off. Whether it's a mile away from your house, whatever, doesn't matter. There could be things that can keep you from hearing them go off. So please do not depend on the sirens. And please don't stay in a mobile home. Regardless if there's a tornado threat or not, stay out of that mobile home. They're not safe during severe weather of any kind. I can tell you that right now. If you recall what happened in Lee County earlier this month, had that EF4 tear through Beauregard, or whatever that town is, the name of that town is. I think I said it right. Beauregard, I think. And Smith Station and all those locations that was hit by that deadly EF4 tornado earlier this month. 23 people lost their lives. 19 of those 23 victims that passed away in that tornado were in mobile homes. And that's why you cannot stay in that mobile home. You have to get out of them and get to a more substantial shelter. And that could be any kind of site-built structure. And whatever site-built structure you're in, if it has a basement or storm shelter or safe room, and if there's a storm shelter or safe room nearby or basement nearby, that's where you need to go. That's the best place to be. If none of that is available, small room, bathroom, cooler, closet, hallway, lowest floor, near the center and away from all windows and doors. And put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And have helmets on in case there's damage being done that protect your head. And if you don't have helmets, grab mattresses, blankets, pillows, anything that's not metal or electrical to protect your head and the rest of your body. And I say nothing electrical or metal because you don't want to risk getting struck by lightning or worse. Of course, lightning is it occurs in all storms, whether they're severe or not severe, so that's why I'm saying that for sure. Excuse me. Now, if none of that's available, get into a ditch, and same thing, have helmets on, blankets, mattresses, pillows, anything not metal or electrical to cover your head and the rest of your body when you're seeking shelter. Now, whether the tornado threat is low or not, damaging winds and hail can do the same type of damage that a tornado can do. And of course, the hail, not only can it cause damage, but it can hurt you and potentially kill you if you're out there in it. And I promise you, when I say this, I'm not saying that to scare anybody. I'm just saying that to make sure you are aware of it. So please keep that in mind right now. I need to check the time. It's 9:17. I'd say in about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm gonna end this video, and if I have time, do an Instagram live. I did a Facebook live earlier this morning before I got here, but if I have time, I'll do an Instagram live. Excuse me. Um, if you have any questions while I'm doing this video, and I'm having to talk really loud over the noise that's going on outside, and I apologize, but I'm not being rude or nothing. I'm just having to talk loud over the noise that's going on outside. Here outside McDonald's. But not being rude, I promise. But as I was saying, if you have any questions concerning the severe weather threat for tonight and early tomorrow morning, don't be afraid to ask me. I'll be glad to answer your question the very best that I can. I'll be as detailed as I can also, but hey, it may not happen at all, but it never hurts to be prepared for it. And there's no need to be scared, and there's no need to panic. Just make sure you're prepared for it. And as long as we're prepared, we're going to be fine. We're going to get through it and all. I mean, it's okay to be concerned. Just don't let it, keep you from doing your job or anything you're doing outside or so today. Just make sure you're prepared. Make sure your weather radios are on and turned up really loud, and your mobile devices are set. And don't forget those wireless emergency alerts. You'll get messages on your phone, excuse me, for tornado warnings and flash flood warnings and amber alerts. Don't turn them off. They're very useful, and they'll sound a really loud alarm on your phone to let you know of what's coming and all. I can guarantee you that for sure. Check the time again. Alright. I may go ahead and end the video now for sure. We'll see how it goes, but just make sure you're staying weather aware and alert today, and today and tonight and tomorrow morning. And make sure your weather radios are working and turned up loud, and the apps on your phone are turned up really loud. Set for your current location. Have a plan. Know what to do. Know where to go. Have a readiness kit and all. And we're going to be fine. I can promise you that. Alright. 9:20. I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now. If there's any warnings and if I'm at home, I'll do the Facebook Live. But if I'm not at home, I'll post the information on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Let you know if you're in the warning or not and what you need to do. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that right now. Have a good day, and I hope to see you at McDonald's at 10:30 and all today.